What's poppin', people? It is your boy Zaycer coming to you guys with another video here today. This will be my very first build video that I've ever made on my channel, so you're welcome. You're currently witnessing history, folks. Alright, bring it on in. Alright, so with that being said, okay, like I said, this is my Stam DK build, and I'm gonna say that again. This is my Stam DK build, okay, built around my personal playstyle. I like being fast, I like being quick. I come from a main Stam sort. I've been mainly Stam sort since before I was max CP, or I'm not even max CP, since before I was CP, okay? So I'm accustomed to a fast playstyle. So that is how I built my Stam DK. A little bit more on the faster end, a lot more unorthodox than, more unorthodox than a lot of Stam DK builds, okay? But once we start piecing up everything together, you guys will understand the concept behind this build, okay? So, with that also being said, I've had a lot of people asking for this build, but I've also had a lot of people asking for my Stam sort build. I will release the Stam sort build once I am 100% sure that that is the setup that I want to run. It's a really good setup that I have on there so far, but I'm not 1000% sure that I'm keeping it in. So until then, I'm going to hold off on the Stam sort for now. Alright, but let's not, talk anymore. Let's get into the build. So for starters, we are a Wood Elf. Again, this is my playstyle. Okay, I like being quick, I like being fast. When you roll dodge with a Wood Elf, you are the fastest character in the game. Okay, so when you roll dodge, you get a 10% movement speed. That is towards sprinting and that is towards jogging. The only other fast class like this is an Orc, and Orcs only have the 10% movement speed towards sprinting. Do not get that confused. So in a sprint race, okay, after a Wood Elf rolls, okay, in a sprint, a Wood Elf and a Orc are the exact same speed. Okay, but when a Wood Elf rolls, okay, and they're just jogging, they are faster than an Orc while they are just jogging. I like being fast. That is something I personally like. That's why it's on my Stam sort. Okay, but that is not the main reason why we're running it on this build, but it is one of the reasons. Okay, I also really love the stamina recovery. Okay, Wood Elf gives you good stamina recovery and makes it so that I don't have to heavy attack as much, okay, as I normally would have to. Okay, that is just my personal preference. If you don't mind heavy attacking as much, then I would absolutely recommend going Nord. Nord is going to give you ultimately more max stats, okay, than what we have here. Also, Orc is another really good option. You're going to get a little bit more damage out of Orc, as well as some better max stats as well. Okay, so I would definitely say Wood Elf is not best in the slot. I would say either Orc or Nord. Between those two are 100% best in the slot. Not Wood Elf. Wood Elf is just for me and my personal playstyle. Okay, so with that being said, you also need to keep in mind that we do not have Undaunted. So you need to keep that in mind when you look at our max health. We do not have Undaunted, and this is a 5-1-1 medium armor build. So we do not have Undaunted. So you need to keep that in mind. Our health will go up by 6% from where it is currently. So with that being said, let's also look into the stats. Okay, so our max mag, we're currently sitting at 11k, over 11,000 max mag. Fine, good. We do not need any more max mag. We only have 2 magic abilities. Don't need any more than this. Alright, max health, again, if this would be higher, this is 19k. It's 18,995. Pretty much 19k. It's literally 5 off. Alright, so not bad whatsoever. Okay, again, if we had Undaunted, that's going to go up by even more, and I just don't have Undaunted yet, so that is just on me. Max Stam, we have 28k max Stam. Okay, respectable amount of max Stam. I wouldn't go lower than this, but I mean, there are ways to get this higher, and we'll talk about that, about min-maxing this a little bit more. Okay, but the reason why I have this character the way I have it right now is for somebody who has a little bit less, maybe not like aren't broke necessarily in ESO, okay, but maybe they just can't afford to just throw, a shit ton of gold at, their setup, okay, but we'll talk about the more optimized setup in a little bit, okay, like the more higher end thing. This is still relatively high end. I would say like this is like somewhere in the middle, okay, I would say, and there's a reasoning for that, but this is not like the most expensive setup that we can get on this, okay. So you got 28k max Stam. Okay, we aren't building for magic recovery, so we have 575. Health recovery 336. Stamina recovery, we have 1669. Great stamina recovery, especially for a Stam DK, because Stam DKs have very cheap skills. They have very cheap skills which in their passives allow them to have more recovery. So rarely do you have to heavy attack on this build. Okay, you do not need any more stamina recovery than this, in my personal opinion, for a Stam DK. We already have a shit ton. Don't need any more than this. This may be honestly slightly overdoing it. Okay, but we'll talk about changes for this when we start talking about optimizing this build for a little bit of like a higher, I guess, end playstyle. I guess weapon damage. All right, with major brutality buffed up, we're currently sitting over 4,100 weapon damage. Okay, with our back bar enchantment, you're going to be sitting at 4622. Good weapon damage, not bad at all. Keep in mind our back bar is not properly traded, so if the bow was infused, which it is not, okay, but that is the best in slot. If it was infused, you'd be sitting even higher than where our max damage was. Okay, but that's not bad at all. We have 30% crit on our front bar, 35% on our back bar. Okay, our resistances, alright, we are currently sitting at about 26k spell and about almost 23k physical resistance. Good resistances for this patch. You guys got to keep in mind that protective was nerfed, so generally everybody is a little bit more squishy. People are sitting around 25 to 23 roughly K resistances, so we're not far off from everybody, right? We're not too far off from people, and again, this is a medium armor build, so you're expected to be a little bit squishier, but honestly, with what we're running, okay, it kind of honestly makes it better for us. Okay, we also have 3,100 or almost 3,200 crit resist. Okay, good amount of crit resistance. We have over 5,000 physical pen. That is not even including our major fracture that we get from our skill. So with our skill active, all right, we have pretty much over 10k physical pen on a target, which is really good physical pen. Especially, I'm pretty sure resistance affects dots now. I'm not 100%, but I'm pretty sure that they affect the dots. Okay, so you know, I'm pretty sure this is gonna help our dots tick even more, which we are really focused on, by the way, is our dots. Okay, so yeah, we really do have a good amount of sustain. Also, keep in mind, this is not even with the pot active. These are not pot active buffs. Okay, these are just flat buffs, not including our pot, not including anything else. All right, so now we're gonna go down to our active effects. Number one, the warrior is our Mundus of choice. Okay, very simple. We want more damage, and the food is really unorthodox. But the reason why we're running this food, and by the way, the food is Orzorga's triple trifle pocket, or triple. I don't fucking know, dude. You can read it right there. It's right there in front of you. Okay, so what this is gonna offer us is over or around 5k max health. Okay, and basically 500 stamina recovery. That's a lot of stamina recovery. Now, the primary reason why we are running this, alright, and not running our TAM Takeaway Brawl, which we also have, okay, is because of the max health. Okay, keep in mind, I do not have Undaunted. Okay, I do not have Undaunted yet. Alright, if I had Undaunted, I would go full Tri-Stat, which we're not on this build. Okay, I would go full Tri-Stat, and then I would use our TAM, okay, to mid-max my character a lot more than where I am right now. Okay, and that is the higher end of stuff that I was talking about. Okay, using our TAM plus all Tri-Stat. So I currently, we'll get into the gear in a second. Okay, but I am not running all Tri-Stat on this gear, on this character. Okay, so with that also being said, if you do not have the gold for Tri-Stat, because Tri-Stat is expensive, it is literally 20,000 gold for one enchant. Okay, that's expensive as shit. Okay, if you don't have that, okay, you can still, I would definitely recommend using this food at that point. Okay, you're gonna want to throw some stamina enchants on, and as weird as it sounds, I would throw, if you don't have Undaunted, if you do not have Undaunted yet either, okay, I would throw one enchant, alright, on one of your large pieces as a health enchant. Okay, and this will get you up to about like 18.3 max health. Okay, if you're a Wood Elf. Obviously it's going to change depending on your race, but for a Wood Elf, okay, it'll be around like 18.3 or so. Okay, and that is still low, but it's reasonable. Like, you can play with that, you know what I mean? Again, you need to get Undaunted. I need to get Undaunted. Definitely a necessity, but I have not come around to that yet. Okay, but the higher end of this, if you have Undaunted, it's just going full tri-stat on your armor and then using your Tam Takeaway Broth. That will min-max you way more than this. That'll give you over 30k max stam. You'll be sitting up my fucking food right now. That'll give you over 30k max stam. That'll give you a lot of health. Like, you'll be sitting somewhere around where we are right now. You'll be sitting around like somewhere like around 19k, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. You also have a little bit more max mag, which we don't need, but you know, you'll be a lot more mid-max. Okay, your whatchamacallit will drop though. Your recovery, your stamina recovery will drop. But like I said, we are over. I think we have too much stamina recovery right now. A little bit too much stamina recovery on this build. Okay, so that's not going to affect you. Running our Tam will not affect you, I don't think, in the stamina recovery aspect on this build. So that is the ideal setup. Okay, full tri-stat, having Undaunted, okay, and then using our Tam Takeaway Broth. That is your min-max style stats when it comes to being a wood elf on this. Okay, so now with that all being said, we're gonna get into the gear. Alright, so we're not running a monster set for this setup. What we are running, okay, again, is a 5-1-1 build. We're gonna have Mighty Chudan helm, okay, with Pirate Skeleton shoulders. Now, if you get this in reverse, if you get a Pirate Skelly helm and Mighty Chudan shoulders, it's the exact same shit. Does not matter. We're running it for the one piece. Okay, we get resistances from both of these. Okay, you get almost 3k resistance from just running one piece of this. Okay, now the only other option that I would personally put here is Bloodspawn. Now the reason why I'm not running Bloodspawn, which is a staple in Stam DK builds, okay, is because I like consistent defenses. Okay, I'm not a big fan of having something defensively proc, you know, because it may be up when I don't need it, it may be down when I need it. Okay, it's annoying to me. I prefer to know what I have, defensively speaking, when I need it, when I want it. Okay, that is me. Okay, now if you want to run Bloodspawn, it'll also give you more alt gen, which is really fucking good, obviously, and you'll still get, you know, when it's up, you'll have more resistances than what we have here when it's up. Okay, but the thing is that this, I know for a fact, is up 100% of the time. Okay, and Bloodspawn is going to be up often, but it will not be up 100% of the time. That is the difference. Okay, so you can run this or you can run Bloodspawn. It is completely and entirely up to you. You know, if you don't, you know, if you want to tweak the build, do so. If you don't want to use the build, don't use it. I'm giving you guys this as an option. I'm giving you guys this for what I use in my personal playstyle. Okay, so with that being said, the next set that we are running is Deadly Strike. Okay, so this is going to give us a line of weapon damage, a line of weapon crit, another line of weapon damage, and it will increase pretty much all of our dots by 14%. Very strong, especially in Scalebreaker, which is a very dot-focused, patch. Okay, very dot focused. The dots are insane right now. Dots are OP. They're probably gonna get nerfed. I hope that Zaycer doesn't nerf them into the ground like they always do. They always go from 0 to 100 or 100 to 0. So they're probably gonna get nerfed to shit pretty soon. But for the time being, dots are OP, so that's what we're focusing on. Okay. Again, I like I said before, we are running 3 tri-stats. So I'm running on my big pieces. I'm running on my helm, my chest, and my legs. Okay. And everything else is just max stamina. Alright, we're running Impen on all of our gear. Okay, Deadly is a very good set. Again, this is a medium armor set. You can get this from the Guild Trader. Okay, you can buy this from Guild Traders. It's a very easy to acquire set. I don't think it's too expensive. If you want it on trade, it's still not that expensive. But that you can get it from Guild Traders. That is where I get it. I do not know where to farm this, so I cannot tell you. But Guild Trader is absolutely an option. And the next set is also you can acquire from the Guild Trader is Morag Tong. Now Morag Tong is a very strange set, but I think it really works for Stam DK, especially partnered up with Deadly Strike. Okay, so with Morag Tong, you're going to get a line of weapon damage, you're going to get a line of max stam, you're going to get another line of weapon damage. Okay, and when you deal direct damage, you cause the enemy to take 10% more damage from all poison damage abilities for 5 seconds. We're going to be flooding direct damage ability, so this is going to be up 100% of the time, okay? And if you just keep the sets in mind, no CP, no nothing else, just only the sets, you have extra 24% damage on your poison dots, which is what we're using, okay? We're using poison dots, okay, and that means our poisons, which are already strong from Scalebreaker, are going to be 24% stronger due to our build, okay? So we're running more weapons as well. We're running the Maul, Nernhoned, okay, because I just want the extra pen. If you want to run the axe, okay, if you want to run a battle axe for the potential bleed, okay, which is another dot, you could do that. All right. You can also run the great sword if you just want slightly higher weapon damage. I would not use that though. I would 100% say either the Maul or the battle axe are best in the slot for this kind of setup. Okay, then we're running double dot poisons. Sorry, I didn't forget to mention the traits on our jewelry. We are running robust for the max stam. As you guys saw, our max stam is already a little bit like it's right in the middle between being too low and like perfect. You know what I mean? Like we're at 28. I would not go any lower than where we are right now for a max stam. Honestly, ideally you'd want to go up, and that's what I was talking about before with our Tan takeaway broth and the full tri-stat and your max and your undaunted passives. So you would want to get this up higher, your max stam. Okay, so I'm not changing these traits from where we have it right now. Maybe if I were to get my character fully mid-max, okay, and I go to Artam, maybe I would take away a few of these and go infuse just for a little bit more weapon damage if I just wanted to push it, but I think we already have really high weapon damage anyway. So at that point, it's up to you for what you decide, okay? But we are running robust for the max stam. Okay, on our back bar, we are running Morag Tong. This is not properly traded. This would be infused if it were properly traded with the weapon damage enchant. Okay, very good setup. Now, if you have a Master's bow, you would just run the Masters because the proc on here, okay, can proc on the front bar for Morag Tong. So you can run this as only a front bar setup. Okay, so with that being said, if you have Masters, you can use Masters. Okay, I do not have a Masters bow, so I am running just the Morag Tong bow. If I had Masters, I would probably use that bow. So do with that as you wish. Now we'll get into the skills. Okay, very simple for the skills. Okay, we are running D-Swing as our primary spammable, as our main burst ability. Okay, D-Swing got buffed. I love D-Swing. I've used D-Swing since I was low CP. They nerfed it eventually, and they nerfed it into the ground where it got broken. It was actually broken, not nerfed. It was broken. And I stopped using it for a while, and I've tried getting back into it. I just couldn't do it because D-Swing was not the same. But now they've rebuffed it again, and it is very much usable now. It's very strong now. So D-Swing is our primary spammable, our main direct damage dealer on this build. Next, Venomous Claw. Okay, when we are buffed, we have almost 26k, I believe. Yeah, almost 26k damage over time on this ability. Very strong. Almost 26k, dude. It's fucking insane. Like I said, dots are broken right now. Now, Noxious Breath did not get buffed, okay, in terms of damage over time, but you need to keep in mind our build is still going to make this 24% stronger than what you see right here. It's the same thing for all of these dots. All of these dots are going to be 24% stronger than what you see on these tooltips. Okay, so with this tooltip, alright, you're going to have over 13k overtime, okay, damage over time, plus the initial hit, which is strong, and the 8.2k initial hit is fucking strong. Okay, it's like a spammable kind of strong. Alright, it's pretty respectable. Okay, so it's good initial damage, respectable damage over time. Next is your Executioner, self-explanatory. This is your main execute. This is the main thing that's going to kill people. Okay, and then you have your Rally, which is your primary burst heal. It's good. I mean, you kind of need it, I feel. Okay, well, we'll talk about this a little bit more in a second. Okay, and then your ultimate is Take Flight. Great skill. It's cheap. Okay, when you're buffed up, you're going to be sitting around, I think, 21k. Yeah, almost 21k tooltip. Okay, really strong ability. It's a gap closer. It's cheap. It has a lot of fucking damage. It stuns them. Like, it is just a really well-rounded ability. Okay, the only other ability that I would put in place of this, okay, would probably be Onslaught. Okay, if you were running single target only. I don't even have it morphed yet for this character. Okay, but basically what Onslaught does, alright, it's a 2H ultimate. Basically it will chunk your enemy, okay, it will chunk the shit out of them, and it will take your enemy's resistances, okay, and it will turn it into your pen, so allowing you to run it offensively, which means you're going to do a lot of fucking damage in that time frame that it lasts. Okay, so Onslaught's the only other option that I would use if I were going for a one-on-one kind of setup. Okay, really good idea, but I'm running Take Flight because, like I said, I just feel like it's more well-rounded overall. But I will say that I think Onslaught will help you get a lot of fucking kills. So it depends on how you want to play it. But I'm running Take Flight. Alright, on our back bar, we are running Poison Inject. Okay, on our bow bar. Poison Inject again is going to be strong because of the dot. We're going to be sitting over an 18k tooltip. Okay, very strong. Again, amplify this by 24% because of our sets. Okay, you know, volatile armor, very simple. It's just our armor buff. Okay, our resistance buff. Then we have fragmented shield. I do not have this fully leveled yet, but fragmented shield is going to give you major mending, increasing your healing done by 25%. That's insane. Okay, and especially in this patch, especially for somebody in medium armor, get that extra bit of healing is insane. It's welcome. Okay, so being able to have your, you know, major mending plus your vigor going on, dude, and then like your heals, you're just gonna have really good heals. You know what I mean? Like, I'll just put it like that, dude. You're gonna have really good fucking heals. If you pop this before vigor, you're good. Now, keep in mind, I don't have it fully leveled. I'm pretty sure if you level it, the duration of it lasts longer, so that's even better. But I don't have it leveled, and right now, as it not being leveled, it lasts for 6 seconds. Okay, and that's enough for you to get a vigor off plus a rally with major mending. That's very significant. Okay. Now, next, this is gonna be really unorthodox. We have Draining Shot as our primary CC. Okay, now with that being said, we're not using Fossilize because we do not have the max sustain for it. Okay, if we were to use both of our Magicka based abilities, we only have enough Magicka for one Fossilize, and at that point we're completely drained of all of our resources. If you want to run Fossilize, you're more than welcome to. Okay, I don't think it's a bad idea necessarily, but you will be cutting your mag pretty fucking low, and I like being able to have a consistent and reliable CC. And also the burst tail from Draining Shot is obviously welcome, okay, because that'll allow your rally to consistently tick. Okay, so while you're putting, you know, pressure on your enemy, all right, you want to CC them, boom, you CC them, okay, but you're also getting a burst heal just to cap you off at max health, you know what I mean, just to cap you, and then as you see your rally's still going, okay, and now as your rally's about to end, boom, you just pop that again, you reapply it, and boom, now you're definitely at full health. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's just a way to kind of cap your health, you know, keep your health almost full the entire fight, but it's your primary CC, you know, like that's the main reason that it's there for. The main reason it's there is for the CC, but the benefit is that you can let your rally tick down, giving you a better burst heal, okay, while you're putting on pressure, and if you're putting on pressure, including your CC, boom, you're still healing, you're still capping your health pretty much, so it's really fucking good in that regard. Okay, now with that being said, alright, our last skill is Vigor, very self-explanatory. It's a must for stamina teams, it's a must. Okay, and then we're using Resolving because we are selfish. Alright, and then the last, or the ultimate that we're running, our back bar ultimate, okay, is Werewolf, just for the 15% stamina recovery that we get while it's slotted. Okay, so on our back bar, I actually don't even know how much stamina recovery. We have 1800 stamina recovery on our back bar. Okay, that's all the Werewolf is there for. Okay, now for CP, I mean, I'm not even max CP yet, as you guys can see. I'm currently 780 CP. I'm not max CP. So you guys can kind of do this as you want. Okay, but for me so far, I will say that I have not really looked too much into my CP right now for this tune. I've been more focused on the gear and all of that. But so far we have 15 points in the Bless, which is going to give us 4% healing done. We have 81 points in the Master at Arms, which is going to help us with our direct damage, which we're flying. We have pretty much all direct damage. 56 in the Thaumaturge, which is going to up our dots by 20% more. So our sets are getting our damage up, our dots up by 24%. You throw this on top of it, your dots are increased by 44%. So our dots are 44% stronger than most other people. Okay, it's insane. And with really strong dots. So very fucking powerful, very important to put that in there. Okay, precise strikes, we have 44 in there for the time being. And then we have, in Mighty, we have 43% for 10% increased to your physical, poison, and disease damage done. Now, Mighty, I honestly may end up upping this a little bit more. The reason why this is only 43, okay, and the reason why I have this is 81 is because Master at Arms scales a lot better than Mighty does. Okay, so if I were to put this up to 56, this is only going to go up by 2 more percent. Okay, this is going to get me up to 12%. If I were to put 13 more points into here, okay, it's going to give me 2%. Okay, since I put 81 into here, I got 24% of direct damage done. So, you know, it is up to you. Like I said, I will probably be redoing my CP, in all honesty. Honestly, yeah, I'm gonna probably lower this, actually. We're gonna get that down to maybe, yeah, I think this will probably be a little bit smarter. And we'll lower our piercing a little bit. And we'll dump that into Mighty. Okay, I think that this will probably be a little bit better overall. Let me make sure I don't have any extra points in here. No, I don't. Okay. And yeah, and that'll pretty much be your blue tree. If you're my CP, obviously if you're max CP, you're gonna have more points to play around with. You're gonna have 10 more points to play around with. So at that point, I'd probably just put them into piercing. To be honest, I'd probably just dump those 10 points into piercing. Or you could put them in the Master at Arms, whichever one you prefer. But yeah, those are your options, I would say. Okay, in the red shirt, we have 61 ironclad, we have 61 resistant. I'm probably gonna take a few of these points out though. We have 44 into thick skin, 43 into hardy, 43 in elemental defender. Okay, and then 7 into quick recovery, just again to help us with our heals. Pretty self-explanatory. Honestly, I probably won't take any other resistance. Actually, I'll probably dump this last point in there. Alright, and then the green tree is completely entirely up to you. I have 1 point in Siphoner just to be a nuisance to Templars, just to give them one more thing to cleanse off, because they can only cleanse off 5 things at a time. So this just gives them one more thing they have to cleanse. You know, just to be a little bit more annoying. You know what I mean? So 1 point in Siphoner, 56 in the Warlord for the break free. Okay, we're gonna have 56 in the Mooncalf, 56 into Arcanist. Alright, and then we have 35 into Tenacity for the time being, because I don't have enough CP to push it over. Okay, but honestly, I'm going to take those out. I'm actually going to throw these in Sprinter, because it just, for the time being, because I can actually get something out of that, instead of having it just useful, or being useless in Tenacity. And now this is when things get really weird, okay, with me personally, okay. For the longest time, my mouse has been broken. Okay, I got a new mouse now, so I can block, but for the longest, I cannot block. Okay, I need to make that very clear. Okay, so we have 56 in the tumbling, and we do not have a single point in the Shadow Ward. I need to change this. I know a lot of PvPers are gonna probably roast me for this shit, but like I said, for the longest time, my mouse was broken. I cannot block. Okay, blocking is very important, but I cannot block. My mouse is broken, so I got into the habit of rolling. That's why if you guys watch a lot of my videos, you'll see me roll a shit ton. Okay, and it's because my block has been broken for a very long time. You know, like, it would work from time to time, but it was just inconsistent. It would not work 100% of the time. So it was annoying, something I had to get over. But now that I'm over it, I would definitely put points into Shadow Ward. I probably would take some points either at Arcanist, or definitely take points out of Arcanist. Probably lower this down to about 10%, which I think is 43 points. Maybe take some out of Tenacity. Yeah, I take some out of Tenacity, and then I put them into Shadow Ward if that were me. But again, it is completely entirely up to you how you do, especially your green CP, but CP in general. Alright, now people are gonna ask, you know, how are you dealing with damage? What are you doing? Very self-explanatory. Okay, biggest thing you need to keep in mind, you just need to maintain dots. You need to maintain the dots on your enemy. Okay, so obviously you want to stay buffed. Alright, you're gonna proc your back bar, poison inject, alright, breath, and all that. That's basically what you're doing. And you're just gonna fucking use your D-swing. Okay, ultimates, whatever. And that's basically what you're doing. That is what you're looking to do. You're keeping your dots on them. You want to keep your breath on them as much as possible, because that's not only going to help it's not only going to be an extra dot, it's going to make your direct damage stronger. Okay, so having that on them also makes that stronger, makes your D-swing stronger. Okay, so you're going to have this on them, you're going to have that on them, and you want to make sure you have your back bar proc up as much as possible, as well as your poison is like awesome. Your poison or your dots are the main thing doing damage. So I'm gonna just show you guys with only the dots. I'm not gonna hit them at all. I'm just gonna only do dots. Okay, so you guys can see where it stops. Alright, it's pretty, like I said, the dots are pretty nice, dude. Like, they are pretty nice. I'm not gonna do anything else, or I can D-swing or anything. Like, you guys can see the dots doing work by themselves. Okay, so dots are pretty fucking strong. The dots by themselves did almost 40% of his health, okay, on this training dummy here. And obviously, no, that's not going to be something crazy, you know, obviously it's not like a fight, so you guys won't be able to see much, but, you know, like, the dots are majority of your damage. And I'll just do some D-swings so you guys can see it. Like, the D-swings just add on to it. Alright, that's all the D-swings are. It's basically just a way for you to brawl while your dots work, okay. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you guys like the build. I hope it works out for you guys. Please make sure you tell a friend, tell another friend about me, about your boy Zaycer. If you enjoyed the build, make sure you share it with your friends. I hope you guys like the build. Make sure you stomp that subscribe button. Join the Zaycer Army, man. I have a lot of BG gameplays up on the channel now. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Stay tuned for my Stam sword build in the future. Maybe my Magic sword build. Who knows? We'll see. Depending on what people want. But I've had a lot of people ask me for this build. I felt bad for not getting to see you guys sooner, so I am sorry. Here you guys go. I hope this makes up for it. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And this has been your boy Zaycer. And I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Peace!
This is how I like to feel.